What's up, everybody? My name is Bryce Paul. Nice to meet you. I am the best-selling author of Crypto Revolution and host of the world's largest cryptocurrency podcast called Crypto 101. So basically, I'm here to talk to you guys today a little bit about why I think cryptocurrency is so revolutionary and why I think if you don't have a portion of your investments allocated to it, you might be overlooking something very important. And I want to talk about it in terms of the physical economy versus the digital economy. And what do I mean by that? Crypto used to be poo-pooed, right? Or, railed against, we'll call it, because it wasn't tied to national debt, or it wasn't tied to gross profits for companies, right? Like the S&P, or it wasn't tied to real estate value. There was no physical component. It didn't rely on earnings calls, right? There's no company behind cryptocurrency. And so it was always poo-pooed that it wasn't tied to anything in the real economy. So why am I saying that? Because now that is its biggest strength. The fact that crypto is not tied to the real physical economy, except for a few variables, like price of electricity and price of buying mining equipment, but largely non-correlated, right? Largely not affected by earnings calls, right? If you own S&P and you have a terrible wave of earning calls like we're seeing now, then you see a lot of, drawdown in that investment. Or if you own, real estate and you have a bubble of, basically under-collateralized loans that had no cash flow attached to them, and then that bubble pops, right? You lose value if you're holding real estate in that kind of environment. And with this whole coronavirus chaos that has been going on, a lot of the supply chains are choked up. A lot of the, companies have terrible earnings, growth. They're saying 5% GDP growth we're going to be losing. That's a lot of significant, unemployment is about 20% or whatever. It's like crazy. There's a lot of economic stagnation, and the fact that crypto is outside, almost immune in a sense, to all of that craziness. We think, I personally think, and anybody who's in crypto thinks, that it is very wise to have a little bit of your portfolio allocated to cryptocurrency, because if you don't, you could be missing out on something that is completely non-correlated and completely not tied to the real world. So if you're thinking it not tied to the physical world, I'll say, it's a very real thing, but it's not tied to all the other drivers of price in real estate or stocks or bonds, right? Which are all tied to something in the physical world. So when you think about cryptocurrency and you think about potentially investing in it or holding some of it for the long term, you have to think, is there anything in my portfolio that is immune or outside of touch with the failing global economy? Crypto truly is that. Truly, crypto is completely outside of the grasp of COVID and outside of the grasp of the economic stagnation. And it's definitely worth a thought. So I was just kind of putting this out there, this video out there, just to kind of wake people up, get people thinking about crypto as this asset that they could start to acquire that is outside of the hands of the current slowdown in the economy. It's pretty crazy stuff. And then once you get into it and you start to realize how life-changing the technology is on so many different levels, it's re-architecting the internet and re-architecting the concept of money, right? You guys will get a lot deeper into it, but just wanted to put this out there to tell you guys that it is something that needs to be on your radar now and especially in the future. So again, I'm Bryce, and I hope you guys thought this was kind of interesting.